Hi. So I just got laid off from my work like 30 minutes ago. The company didn't announce that they were going to do this, and they didn't even say that, you know, we were in a not good place. So this was so sudden because it was just literally the end of the day, and this happened. They messaged me saying like, hey, can you get on a call with the leaders? And I was just like, okay. I didn't know why. I was thinking like, did I do something wrong? Am I in trouble? And they just started off saying how they don't want to be in this position, and that's when I thought, oh, something is really wrong here. And they said how it's not easy for them, but the company's not doing well, so they needed to make some cuts. And fortunately, I was one of the people who had to get laid off. Literally like a month or two ago, I was watching a video of this girl getting laid off and her talking about it and her crying, and I just thought, dang, that sucks. Like, I hope that's not me one day, but it literally happened to me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess everyone's in a tough place right now, not only like the tech field, but where I'm in like the creative agency field. Like, I guess everywhere is just not in a great place right now. So anyways, I'm taking this time to I just want to reflect and take some time for myself, because I haven't taken a vacation in a pretty long time. So maybe I'll do that, and I'll start my job search maybe in a week or two.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
So this may be controversial, but here's how I knew I had to leave nursing. So make sure you guys are following me and saving this video so you guys can come back to it when you are ready. So in my department, there's been recent budget cuts, our jobs are on the line, and now we are capped at how much we are allowed to make in our department as a nurse. And literally in huddle, as I am hearing this, I'm like, this is the last time I'm going to let anybody tell me how much money I am going to make. That's when I jumped into the online space. I got in with Embrace the Space, literally learned how to maneuver and make money online, and now that's what I do. And yes, I help other people get started too. So if you're in healthcare and you are feeling stuck, please take this as your sign. And remember, you are replaceable. Unfortunately, if you decided to quit, they will replace you tomorrow. So comment done if you guys are ready to move on with life and learn how to make money from your phone instead of working for somebody else, making them rich. It's 2025, you guys. This is your time to get started.
I have PhD friends in top institutions right now. Harvard, Johns Hopkins, Stanford, Princeton, all over the country. And I am tapping them. I'm going, hey, what's going on? What are you doing with this budget cut? Like, what is your department doing? And I'm getting the feedback, so I'm gonna share. So a lot of it is wait and see. So they are not taking a lot of action. And then there are departments who are drastically cutting how many people that they're taking, especially if you're in one of those targeted areas like the biomedical sciences or public health or things like that. They're probably taking half the people that they took last year, which is insane and a huge problem if you are applying this cycle, and it sucks. And so you can't control that. But what you can control is thinking strategically about what you can do. So if you got rejected, you could have just been like a normal rejection, but if you think you're rejected because, hey, they had 10 spots and now they're only taking 5, like, let's follow up. So let's reach out to the people. Let's say, hey, maybe I can start in the spring. Are there fellowships I can apply for that if I get, that way I can get my spot? You know, what can we do to make this work if they want you? If they want to have more people in the program, but they're just concerned about the funding, that is something that you can definitely reach out and negotiate.
So in mid-January, I was informed that the company I work for was going to be giving all control to the store that I work at. So it's a big store with a lot of different companies. I am going to reveal where I work coming very soon. Let's say it's a very popular toy shop. So basically, we were informed that things were going to change. We'd have to start clocking in, clocking out like the other employees in the building, and how our schedule was going to be a little bit different. That's it. Nothing else other than that. Come to find out a couple days ago that I will be getting a pay cut because I feel like they were not transparent in what was happening. Obviously, I've talked about how I'm actively looking for new work now that I know that that transfer is taking place. I didn't know that we would be taking a pay cut, so I'll be making $1.75 less starting on Sunday. Try to make it seem better, like, oh, well, you'll be making commission now, you'll be doing this, that. It's very frustrating, and I've already been unhappy with this place, so this is just like the icing on the cake for me to be like, I gotta get out. And if I had known that we'd be taking a pay cut, I would have been focused a little bit more on finding a new job when I heard mid-January that we'd be doing this switcheroo. And I'm trying to find a new job. I found some really good jobs that I've applied to, but for some reason, no one's really gotten back to me. And I know that I'm super qualified. I have a lot of experience in retail and in museums and in flagship stores. So I'm hoping something comes up soon. I am dreading going back to work on Monday because that's when everything changes. It's just like, it's hard to explain, but this store has made so much money during the holiday season. I really wish they would just honor the pay that we had, because it's just 2 employees that are transferring over. You know what I mean? Like, everything else stays the same, so you can't make an exception and pay us our $1.75. It is what it is, but I am very frustrated, and I'm recovering from a cold. So, and I've been missing work a lot because I have been really sick. Like, all this stress this past 2 months, like, you know, I talked about how I'm no longer crashing out and I'm like trying to keep moving forward, but it has taken a toll on my physical health in many ways, and this being another one of them. Like, I got another cold so soon from being sick earlier this month, and January was a very long month.
Stop putting in your 2-week notice. Why would you tell us not to put in our 2-week notice? Because if you get fired, they're not going to give you a 2-week notice. If you get laid off, they're not going to give you a 2-week notice. Let me tell you what they do. Have you ever been scrolling on Indeed and you've seen the job title, but then when you go down and look at the company, it says confidential? Yeah, that's because the position that you're trying to apply for is not currently available. There is still someone currently in that role, and the company does not want them to know that they're in the process of hiring someone else for that position because they're about to fire them. I know this because the company I used to work for would plan to fire someone, but before they fired them, they would have their replacement. That way, when that person got fired, the next day, their replacement was there. This is why I always tell people, stop putting in your 2-week notice. You're not helping yourself. You're helping the company. If you have PTO, use it up. Go on vacation. Take a break before you go into the next job. These companies don't care. You have to care about yourself, period.
So we just got news that our school is making major budget cuts for next school year. And when I say major budget cuts, I mean major budget cuts. I'm only on my 3rd year of teaching, but the budget cuts that they're making next year are going to impact me so significantly that I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay in my apartment or buy groceries or even continue to build my savings account right now. And I'm very, very worried, and I'm trying not to cry because I have a 6-period class coming in about 30 minutes. This is the reality of being a teacher and being underpaid and being underfunded, and I don't know what to do, and I'm panicking, and I'm only 24 years old. I'm on my 3rd year of teaching, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive next year. If anybody has any suggestions, any recommendations on what a young teacher can do to save some extra money, I don't even know. Please comment below because I am panicking right now. I'm panicking.
If you were wondering if corporations or your job cares about you or anything like that, just stop wondering. They don't. They don't. My job, a non-profit, by the way, decided to put a staff meeting on all of our calendars this morning for 15 minutes. The CEO got on there and said, "We're not doing good with the budget. We're going to do layoffs." And then she hung up on us without allowing anyone to ask any questions. And then 20 minutes later, I had a 15-minute meeting with HR on my calendar, and I got laid off. 15 days before Christmas, 3 months after I got married, 1 month after I was given more responsibility and more work because of the budget cuts. Nobody cares. So guess what? I don't either.
Hello, Erin in the library. Kind of a sad day. I found out today that I am going to be going between 2 schools next year, so my long stand as being the non-moving librarian has come to an end, and one of my coworkers is getting cut, and it's just hard.
Excuse me.
Oh. live to fight another day, I guess. Just love what I do, and it's just hard when it's not valued. Tomorrow will be better.
Hi guys. So, interesting thing happened to me today. So I woke up to a text message from my coworker saying, "Hey, have you seen that email for this mandatory restructuring meeting from, I don't know his name?" And I was like, "It's 8 o'clock. No, I have late meetings today, so Stacy's not going to get up this early because I was on the computer all night last night trying to get these projects done for my clients." So I finally got up and went and looked. And yeah, it was a mandatory email. I've been at this company for over 10 years, y'all. 10 years I've been working for this company. I started from the bottom and worked my way up. 10 years. And today they laid us all off. They laid us all off. The whole delivery team, the training team, the directors. Then we have a new president that came in. Go figure, right? That came in about August. And I had a feeling this man was going to come in there and try to save money and budgets and stuff like that. But it's like the clients that we have, Bristol Myers Squibb, we have Pfizer, we have Eli Lilly, we have, BMS Pep, we have so many of these. I work for a pharmaceutical company and I do all their trainings and everything like that. And my client was Bristol Myers Squibb. And I was in the middle of this big thing right now. And just like that, it's just like, who does that? Like, you just woke up one day and said, "Oh, I'm going to lay off 300 people today because of budget cuts." What? I'm sorry, because you make millions of dollars, so you should go interfere in somebody else's lives? I mean, this is like a Fortune, you know how they say Fortune 500? This is Fortune billion-dollar company, pharmaceutical company. And you need to make a budget cut and destroy other people's lives? Everyone's saying, "Well, Stacey, you're taking it with smiles and stuff." And I'm like, you know what? I woke up this morning. My cousin sent me the scripture saying about, God closing doors. And this is before I even got the email, yo. She didn't even know about the door being closed and stuff like that, a chapter in my life and everything. And lo and behold, this is what happened. But I just decided to share with TikTok because I don't really share too much like that. But I decided to share because, it's so many things that's going on right now in this world. And me losing a job is just, I take care of a lot, with my mom and my household and my girls and stuff. But it's just like, wow, there's always someone that's doing worse than me. And I think that's how I try to take things, and I believe in Jesus, that he has me. And he did say to put it all in his hands. So I'm not trying to stress. So that's what I'm doing. So, but yeah, y'all, they laid us all off. Everybody is gone. So good luck to them. I worked with some fabulous people. I loved my team. I absolutely did. I loved my clients. I had some great clients, the managers, everyone like that. So I was blessed to have one of the best manager. Do you hear me? This woman bent over backwards to make sure that her team was good through all these transitions, because this isn't the first transition. They did this bull crap a couple years ago where they laid off like 300 people, and they came back again and laid off more people. So we were struggling because I was pulling the weight of my consultants and my OAs and everything like that. I was pulling the weight of stuff that I didn't even know, but I had to learn to do it. So, yeah. But I just wanted to come on to say, it was a terrible day for me. But I'm smiling because I have my faith. Now, check on me tomorrow. I don't know if this whole thing happens in stages like grief, because everyone's like, yeah, Stacey, it hasn't hit you yet. That's why. So I guess it hasn't hit me yet. But I did pop out a pimple. Can y'all see that? So my daughter gave me one of them star things. I'm trying to see if it works because I've never used them before. Yeah, but we'll see. But your girl is unemployed now, so send the jobs her way. Thanks.
A lot of these budget cuts are done to follow a trend. And the trend is, if everyone else is cutting their budgets, then we will too. A lot of these firms are doing very well. They're making a lot of money per year, but they still slash jobs. They still cut budgets every single year. They don't really need to, but they are just doing it just because, just to be on the safe side. That's why they're doing it, because the economy is very uncertain right now. a quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
So, I just got laid off. Am I happy? From finally being relieved from abusive work environment? Yes. Am I happy that my Christmas shopping budget has been severely reduced? Also, I just realized that I shop way too much during Thanksgiving. And we are officially ending 2024 with no job, no boyfriend, no husband, no kids. And also, I did not lose a single pound in 2024.
Hey guys, so this is day 2 of me being laid off. I got laid off of my job yesterday due to budget reasons. They didn't want to let me go, but none of us had a choice in it. It was out of our control. It's really sad. I'm still feeling the feels. I loved this job, loved, my coworkers and my students, and I'm just gonna miss my students. I didn't get to say goodbye to them, but I hope they do well. I hope they don't forget me. But right now we're going to the unemployment office because I have to change my last name to my new name, because last time I had to do unemployment stuff was during the lockdown from the pandemic. I was working at the movie theaters then, but that was all done online and everything, and that was before I got married to my husband. But when I filed for unemployment for this, it's still under my maiden name, and I have to go to the office to change it. Also, I need to give them a document or something like my separation papers, so that they know that I am qualified for unemployment. Yeah, this shit's not fun. I feel so bad. I'm like this gray cloud. This sucks. I'm trying not to cry. Then after we go to the unemployment office, I'm just gonna go back home and apply for some more jobs and just, I don't know, yesterday I just played video games all day because I'm like, oh well, at least I'm home and I get to do this. But even then I just started feeling sad, why am I just sitting here playing video games when I could have been at work and, helping my students learn more things, but I can't do that anymore. But I'll be fine. I'll get through this. And I want to thank everyone, all of my friends on here and also just everywhere, for reaching out to me and just giving me so much love and support. It really means a lot, and it makes me feel less alone. It makes me feel less pathetic, oh my god, why am I unemployed? But job market sucks, the economy sucks. This is going to affect everyone. I was even telling, Chaz this because he's had, experience with this too. But I'm like, this is just going to be the new normal, I think. We're just going to see, and we have been seeing, people getting laid off, people getting fired, all of these things. And of course, people in our parents' generation are, not understanding, and they're like, well, there must be something you're doing that's wrong, or this. I'm like, no, just the job market sucks. The economy sucks. This is the new normal. I feel like everyone in our generation is going to be laid off at least once or twice, or however many times in their life, because we're dealing with this shit economy. But yeah, good luck to me.
I used to make $100,000 a year, and this year I would take a $30,000 pay cut, and here's why. So I used to work in IT. IT is mainly maintaining and administrating computer systems, whereas engineering is creating and testing software systems. I have never worked in the engineering department before, but recently I got a job as a test analyst, so I will officially go into the engineering space. That is why I took that big fat pay cut, because it's my first ever role in engineering, and I did expect and see it coming. And the best part of it is, once I get trained up as a test analyst, which I assume will take about a year, I can make up to $150,000 a year. That's more than what I was earning before, and thus I took the short-term cut for a long-term gain.
got laid off from my dream job, and this was the first place that I drove. I can't even sit still for 2 seconds. I don't even know how I would be unemployed. And yeah, while I want to work as a full-time creator, that's just not feasible right now. So now my 9 to 5, my main income is gone. And I'm so upset because for the first time I was finally happy. And I know budget cuts are hard, like I know that this is a rough time for everyone, but like I was never expecting it. I literally got a text today saying to jump on a meeting and I was I'm laid off. Fired and laid off. I know it's different, but like the same kind of heartbreaking feeling. 10 minutes later I was gone. Everything that I've been working for was just done. And I don't know if anyone can relate, but like I don't even know where to go from now. I don't know what to do because I can't work on my phone full time. I need a corporate job and I am just lost. So if anyone has any advice, I can't even speak. I'm leaving. I'm just gonna put my phone down.
Brace for 2024 because I think shit's about to get really, really.
Oh my fucking God. For context, this woman is discussing about how she met with the CEO of like a Fortune 500 company, and they're talking about how they're preparing for massive layoffs by like end of spring or early summer, preparing for this year, and how this is going to be happening across industries, across companies of all sizes, and like people are going to get laid off again. And it's so incredible. Like, as someone who has been applying to jobs for the better part of like almost 4 years, it is insane how many like layoffs and budget cuts and just like industry sweeps and like clean houses I have seen in the last 4 years. Like, I graduated in June 2020 from my master's program. So this is a second degree, an elevated degree. And I have been applying to jobs since I graduated and have nothing to show for it. Like, yes, I have a job. I have a job that pays me basically maybe $25,000 a year, and I have a master's degree. It is a job that I could do without having my master's degree, and it is not sustainable. It is not even a part-time job, and I have gone through the last couple years of like also like hour cutbacks and then like hour surges, and it's just not compatible to, it's not sustainable because I can't, it's too unpredictable. So I've been applying to full-time positions in different industries for different companies for different positions because like I work in PR and it's not even what I want to do. It's not even what I went to school for. That's just what I'm doing. But like I have been applying to so many different stuff trying to find a more permanent position, and it's just not happening. And I know I'm qualified. I know that probably everyone else is qualified too. But like you watch all these different companies post for these positions and you can see on LinkedIn how many people have applied, and that's not even like, I don't even know if those numbers are accurate, and I've maybe can count on less than 10 fingers the total amount of interviews that I've had for positions in the last 4 years. And it's just, how do you feel confident in what you have to offer as someone a part of the workforce when you watch people lose their jobs all the time? It's scary. This is the reality of life for so many different people, for people with more qualifications and more experience and more time than me, people with less. And it's like, how do any of us live? How do we continue to try to live a life that, you know, we deem of value and with morals and with like ethics when you're watching all these people, other people not find jobs, not have stable jobs? It's so upsetting. It's so upsetting.
When I got laid off from my job, these are like the first few steps that I took to try to save myself financially for the next couple of weeks or months. Hopefully not months. Within the first 30 minutes, literally, I got onto the unemployment website, created an account, applied, boom, like immediately. That was the first step. Then I didn't even think about this until later, but also applying for food stamps. because food where I live is so expensive. It's actually ridiculous. So every little bit counts because the money that I don't spend there, I can put towards my house. And my number one priority, frankly, is not losing my house. Step 2 was canceling all of my subscriptions. Oh my gosh. And I was not even thinking that I had like frivolous, dumb subscriptions, but I do. One was a laundry detergent subscription to this like sustainable, like less plastic brand laundry, like less waste and stuff. Well, when you're poor, you don't get to be sustainable. You just get to get the cheapest option that you can find. So that one's gone. Netflix, gone. All I have is Hulu now because the Hulu subscription was only 99 cents, so they get to stay. Okay, this last one is actually so ironic. I had to cancel my subscription to my budgeting app. Blink, blink, like actually be so serious. Yeah, so my budgeting app was like $95 a year or something. It's gone because I can't afford my budgeting app. Make that make sense. Like, the next step, and I didn't think about this until a little bit later as well, but like I said, my first priority is paying my mortgage off every month and like keeping my house, right? So what I decided to do, and this is so bad, I've never done this before, is delay all my credit card payments. So you know how you can pay for like whatever you owe that month, or you can pay for like the bare minimum amount. I think it's like $40 or $50 a month. That's what I'm paying now. So I changed every single one of my credit cards. They're all on like auto pay. I changed every single one of them to be just paying the bare minimum. So I am going to be racking up credit card debt. Those payments are going to have to get paid later on down the line when I hopefully have money. Okay, the next one was just like a mindset shift, like a sneaky little thing that I didn't even notice I was doing. Y'all, oh my gosh, when you have money, you are actually so careless. It's crazy. I had a really bad habit of just leaving lights on in my house. None of that anymore. Only light that's coming through the window is the only light I get. Like, the lights are off literally at all times. Okay, and then the last one is that I'm just not eating or drinking out anymore or Ubering anywhere, which also means you can't drink anywhere. So yeah, I've basically been like saying no to any plans that have come my way, which is just sad because literally when you're poor, you just don't get to have fun. You don't even realize that. I didn't even remember like what it felt like to be in survival mode like this. And yeah, I really took a lot of things for granted that I would not take for granted anymore.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.